Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rising Nomad. And my name is Eric, and I'm joining you from Thailand today. And on the call today, we have a special guest, Wando, who you might know from the YouTube channel The Americanka, um, which
Yeah,
was you're not really doing that anymore, are you? But a lot of people might know you from that, right?
I'm back actually.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just came back, so
So
I don't.
the topic of today's video is planning your first trip to Thailand, and we've got Christina on the line. And Christina, how's it going?
It's going really well, thank you.
And you're ready to go to Thailand in a couple weeks, right?
I'm ready to go to Thailand. Yeah, actually, in 12 days, I'll be on my way.
Oh my
Wow.
God. And Wando, you have recently decided to come to Thailand for some time over winter, right?
Yeah, I have, and I'm excited for this meeting that we're doing because I have some questions. I've never done this before, and I know you guys are experts.
Yeah, and Georgina, you're also considering a trip to Thailand for early next year, right? So.
Yep.
And Tal and I are two people who have lots of Thailand experience. I'm in Thailand right now. I've decided to make this my main base as a digital nomad. It was previously Serbia, where Christina's from, and Wando, you're in Serbia right now, right? And Tal, you're joining us from Serbia today, and you're just dreaming of Thailand, right?
I am. Thailand is my favorite country on earth. I've been going there 5 years straight, and I cannot wait until I'm back in the land of smiles.
But you're also going to South Africa over the weekend to check that out as well. So there will be some content to come about Tal's impressions of South Africa.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me start by saying that Thailand is one of the most interesting and easy to travel destinations around the world that I've ever been to. I didn't expect that it was going to get me in 2017. I came here for the first time to expand our business support venture, and basically it just really clicked with me on some level, and now I'm in the process of setting down roots here and getting that all together. And so yeah, let's offer our experience to Georgina, Wando, and Christina about what it's like to go to Thailand. And just a question at first, Georgina. I know you've been to Thailand one time before, but
Mhm.
I'll start with Wando. What do you expect from Thailand based on what you've heard about it, and what are you looking for in your trip?
Well, I'm really excited for the beach, and I'll be completely honest, I'm excited for New Year's. I hope to see you guys during New Year's, and am I allowed to ask my first question?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Because I think it regards that, but I don't know if I should like base myself in one city for a certain amount of time and then go for on the weekends or for a few days to another city. Like, should I base myself in Chiang Mai and then for a few days go to one island for New Year's, or should I just leave Chiang Mai and then go to the island I want to be on New Year's for like 2 weeks? Or what's the best way to arrange?
I would say the
Okay.
best way to start. Tell if you want to go. It's fine.
Yeah, I just think what I like to do if I have an extended period of time in a country is to go on a trip the first week or two everywhere, or at least the places where I would consider potentially spending more time in. So in Thailand's case, I would go to Koh Phangan, I would go to Chiang Mai, I would go to Pai, I would go to some other cool places that I'm sure we'll talk about later in this video, and then just feel out the vibe. And the answer lies within how I feel or my impressions of it. It is easy to travel around in Thailand. There are flights almost everywhere. They're quite cheap all around the country. So it is possible to base yourself in one area and do a trip in another part of the country. But what I like to do is spend a month or two in the north and then 3 or 4 months in the south. So in the north, my personal base is Chiang Mai, and Pai is another very popular one as well. In the south, my favorite one is Koh Phangan. That's where Eric is now. Some people who want more Western amenities prefer Koh Samui. Some people that like diving prefer Koh Tao. but they generally choose one of the places in the south and then do trips from there as their base.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
what's
would
the
say,
one for the
yeah.
Western? Sorry, what's the one for the Western amenities?
It's called Koh Samui.
Koh Samui. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Georgina, there's a little noise from your cafe, so I'm just going to mute you when you're not speaking. So just unmute yourself. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we have to first talk about Bangkok and how if you're landing in Bangkok, it's a 2 or 3 day stopover maximum for most people is like what they want. I mean, it's really hectic. It's really big. It's really noisy. You have a lot less sort of community of expats there that are visible, the sorts that we'd be looking for. And yeah, Bangkok is not my favorite place for expating in Thailand. I would say that definitely my favorite place for like the overall vibe of Thailand and embracing it while also being an expat and having lots of other expats that are easy to meet and stuff like that is Chiang Mai.
I
And
agree.
it's really important to note that Chiang Mai, the season for Chiang Mai is more like from now, November and December and January. And then after that, they have smoky season where a lot of pollution, it's not the end of the world, but it certainly seems like that sometimes when, you know, the sun is obscured by pollution like it is, I understand in Belgrade right now, right, Christina?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's horrible.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it's foggy all the time, every day, and I don't think it's actually fog; it's pollution. And
Yeah.
I know Tal had a, uh, yeah, bad bad experience coming to Belgrade because probably he wasn't
This time.
expecting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I flew from Cyprus. In Cyprus, the air quality was perfect. You know, I'm on a tiny island in the middle of the Mediterranean, and I come here, it's like 180 AQI, and it's almost like a gray filter on everything. Like on Instagram, you put a
So
gray
that's Chiang
filter,
Mai from
monochrome.
like, yeah, February, March, and until about April or something, or even starting in January. Chiang Mai's like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I would say if you guys are coming in the next month or so, like you are, Christina, definitely check out Chiang Mai and spend some time there. Also, the cost of living in Chiang Mai is much less than it is in the islands in the south where I am now. But the disadvantage is you don't have the sea. But I would definitely try it. So Christina, what are you thinking? You're landing in Phuket, right? How long are you gonna stay there?
I'm landing in Phuket. I avoided Bangkok on purpose because I thought it would be a great culture shock if I just went there immediately. So I'm going to Phuket for, I think, 3 nights, just to get used to the weather and the time difference.
Yep.
After that, I think I'm going to fly to Chiang Mai and
Nice.
stay there for 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks is optimal, and then I will decide what to do. But definitely after that, go to the south to the sea, because I mean that's one of the main reasons I want to go there.
Mhm.
Yeah. So and Wanda, what are you thinking? You're muted right now.
Sorry, I just want to say sorry because my Airbnb host interrupted and
Okay.
said that they had to fix something and I didn't understand them. But anyway, I honestly don't know. So can you guys like give me advice? Because I know you mentioned Koh Samui, and I'll be honest, I love my Western amenities. So I don't know if I should go there
Well, what
first or
exactly would you be looking for? Because Pangan is pretty nice, in my opinion, and offers a similar sort of accessibility to Samui. I mean, Samui has Starbucks, which Pangan doesn't have, for example. You know, stuff like that. It has a shopping mall, which we don't have here on the island, but it's just half an hour away if you ever need that stuff.
Okay.
But the thing about Pangan is like transportation tends to be via motorbike. So
That scares
I
me.
ride a bicycle. So there's an area in the island where you can stay, which is roughly between a Zen Beach. Let me just bring up a map and show you guys. Yeah. So here we are. Let's go. Ah, that's a good place to start. So from around here, so here's the whole island, and there's Samui. So
Go ahead, terrain view.
terrain view. Oh. All right. So basically, yeah. So all of this sort of this road here is very flat. So you can go, the main town where the ferries land is down here. That's the main sort of place where you'll land, but nobody really wants to stay there. Basically it's like but all this area you can basically all the way to like here, you can ride a bicycle on pretty flat terrain. You just have to contend with the heat. So if you don't want to ride a motorbike, you can get a bicycle, or you can get a three-wheel sort of like electric scooter or whatever that's really safe and stuff like that. But do be afraid of riding motor scooter. You can't take these taxis that are like pickup trucks that you get on the back of, but I wouldn't do it as like a long-term thing living here and do it like the whole trip and stuff like that. So Bubba's Roastery is a great cafe, but that's up here in the area up here basically, and great food. You find so many passionate entrepreneurs here who are into really healthy food, locally sourced ingredients. Like Seed to Feed Salad Bar is one place where they grow the salad leaves in the back and they feed it to you and all that sort of stuff. I'm completely in love with Pingon and the lifestyle here, and the beaches as well. You know, there's beaches all the way up here. But in my opinion, like the nicest beaches, Hadron Beach is really nice. This is where the full moon party is every month. If you want to check it out once, it's worth checking out once. It's not my favorite vibe because it's pretty stupid music and pretty stupid intoxication. And I also really like this beach up here, Dong Nai Pan. Really amazing. So that's Copenhagen at a look. The high season starts around the middle of December, like December 15th, all the way into the start of April. So like the sort of end of the high season in Chiang Mai is the start of the high season down here. So you see a lot of people relocating from Chiang Mai around that time to be here. Right now it's rainy season, but yesterday and today were beautiful sunny days, and tomorrow is apparently also going to be a beautiful sunny day. So I wouldn't be too afraid of that. But it's also interesting to note how you get here. You can fly to Samui Airport, which is right here, and then you can take a boat from right around here, these little piers here, to get to Thongsala on here, and that takes about half an hour to 45 minutes. Or there's boats that go from here as well, and yeah. There's also a boat that goes from here, but I've never taken it because it's a longer way around. It's a bigger boat that I don't need when I'm just traveling with baggage. You can also fly to get here to Suratani, which is the seat of the province that it's in. And then you can take a bus for like, I don't know, an hour and something, and then a boat directly to Copenhagen directly. So
Cool.
that's how you kind of get here. I would say Copenhagen is going to explode in popularity this high season because it's gotten so much good press as a literal paradise to work in. And there's been so many entrepreneurs who have been working on, you know, co-working spaces, co-living spaces, cool cafes, community projects. And I am now one of them. I'm working on specifically the music scene, to get a music scene going on with our sort of Rising Nomad musical project wing, that I'm going to bring world music here, and also with my band Erik and the Worldly Savages. So that will be happening in January, February, and March.
Woohoo.
I'll be playing with a band here, and we'll be touring all around the island, just enjoying our lives and playing shows for whichever venue will have us. And yeah, that's Copenhagen. It's my favorite. As I said, I've been all around the world to a lot of these expat hotspots that everybody always talks about, like Tulum, Mexico, but this is my favorite, absolute favorite. But
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
Well, I wanted to ask about accommodations there because I was looking on Airbnb. So
Yeah.
I didn't know if there's a best place in the island to stay, and I didn't know if there's other places to look for accommodations besides Airbnb.
Yep. So yeah, basically I would recommend staying somewhere between here and up to Zen Beach, because that's, and especially this sort of Sritanu area up here, like right from about here. I recently had a friend visiting who stayed at a place called Shanty Boutique Hotel, and that was pretty good. I would say if you want to choose dates like over New Year's, you should book soon because it might be booking up, might be getting more expensive. I use booking.com to find sort of hotel type things, and Airbnb to find more apartment type things like I'm in now. I would say that if you want to stay maybe a month, it would be good to book maybe 5 days in a place and then go around on the ground and look for places to stay, house for rent, sort of signs on the street, and then you can find much better deals. Not as good as the deals were during COVID times over the past couple of years when the country is essentially closed to tourism in a big way. And yeah, it's just a question of what you really want out of accommodation. Do you need your own kitchen?
Yeah.
So then you probably want to find something on Airbnb for the first 5 days or something, and then look around to see what there is. I mean, it depends on your budget and all that sort of stuff. But it is getting more expensive by the day, I think, as stuff gets booked up. You know, the landlord at the place I'm staying now said that before I reserved this apartment, he got like 15 requests a day or something on Airbnb or something like that. So that means that it's going to be super popular. It's going to be super full of tourists, super vibrant scene this winter, but you want to get here as soon as possible and find a place that you can rent for however long you want to stay. And looking on the street is the best way because a lot of the places don't actually advertise on Airbnb. You see that most of the hosts on Airbnb are actually foreigners renting out their places. And the local people also rent out places, but it's usually a sign somewhere that says like house for rent and a number you can call and stuff like that. And basically, yeah, that's the best way.
Even
Chiang
going
Mai.
in mid-December, you should book like 5 days and then walk around on the street and look for signs.
I don't know how exactly it's going to be in the middle of December with this high season. Might be the biggest high season ever here, but
Yeah.
it could be it could work, you know. It's best to check
Where
it
would
out.
you see is more crowded? Where would you say? It's like Chiang Mai or Koh Phangan?
Well, it's definitely more crowded in Chiang Mai because Chiang Mai is a proper city. Are you talking about tourists or
Tourists mostly.
I'd
Because
say
I was
that
thinking maybe
probably,
Koh Phangan is more like in the sea, so maybe people would,
yeah,
I don't know, prefer it or something.
definitely the
Maybe Chiang
tourists
Mai,
to
yeah.
local. Yeah, so this is the thing. If you want to experience actual Thai sort of culture, you're better off to start in Chiang Mai and see how you like that. It's a city. Look, there's like 2 million people. So the size of Belgrade, Serbia, that sort of place, you know, like this.
But if you don't want to really choose the city and you want to go to stay somewhere outside of the city, because
Yeah,
I'm not like a huge big city fan, so
okay. Well,
I
then
would
you can
prefer it
stop in
to.
Chiang Mai, see how you like it. It's a very chilled out atmosphere for a city. Like it
Mhm.
has like a real sort of like especially like the historic city center here and some of the neighborhoods around like up here and stuff have a real sort of like laid back vibe. But it is a city. You do get the taste. There's universities there. You do get the taste of Thai life, Thai culture, which you wouldn't get in the more touristy places like Samui and Phuket. But maybe outside of the city, if you want the north, not by the sea, go to Pai. Where is Pai? What are you doing? What are you doing, Pai? Let's search it. It's not on the map. Pai. There we are. So that's Pai. As you can see, it's outside of Chiang Mai, a few hours on a minibus or something. And there you'll have like a village vibe with lots of expats and cool people in a sort of small town in the mountains area. So you can find lots of cool hostels, you can find the night market, but it's very walkable once you're in the city center here. So you would not need a motorbike. In Chiang Mai, you don't need a motorbike either. You can walk pretty much everywhere. In Chiang Mai, I would recommend staying in this city, this part of the city called Niman.
Do you need the public transport at all, or it's
In
just
Chiang Mai, the public
everywhere is
transport is those
walkable?
pickup trucks where you jump on the back. I mean, I would say to
Oh,
walk from
okay.
this part, which is like the sort of like university hub and a good expat area, to this sort of city center outside of the city walls, central area where there's like the most sort of action going on, that would be about 20 to 30 minutes to walk from here to here, which is so kind of like in Belgrade, you have a
Not that
similar
bad.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorchel and Vračar, the same amount of stuff in between, but you can take lovely routes through the old city. And the old city here, you see this square, these are the old city walls, and there's actually a moat, so like a little river that's
Wow.
surrounding the old city, but it's mostly residential places and small cafes and stuff like that. So it's not like a city center. The city center would be here, and the academic center would be kind of over here. The university and stuff is around here. And so I like staying in this neighborhood because it's just super convenient, and it's a good
And
mix of sort of,
expats, do they
Yep.
live there?
yeah, lots of them live
Cool.
here. But lots of people live all over Chiang Mai. You know, you find expats all around, basically. The farthest out I've ever stayed was somewhere here. I wanted to visit the Taoist master Mantak Chia's Tao Garden, which is sort of a resort spa healing center place, which is somewhere around here. Let's just search that. So I stayed like for 8 days, like in this area here, so I could walk here and take advantage of their like food and facilities, which is super healthy. And I got some, treatments like the Chi Night Sung abdominal massage, which gets the chi running in your abdominal, real sort of like Eastern medicine sort of stuff. So this was a good thing, but it was kind of small. But it was really nice to stay here, and you could really feel the nature. So that would be a pick if you wanted to check out that sort of holistic thing. They had yoga and all that sort of stuff there. Yeah, Chiang Mai basically was a great place. It was 40 minutes on a motorbike to Chiang Mai, whereas Pai was like, I think it took me like 3 or 4 hours to get there on a motorbike, of something I would never recommend to someone who isn't super confident on the motorbike, because it's like up, down, really scary, even if you're riding in the minibus. So watch out for that. There are flights between Chiang Mai and Pai, but I've never taken it. I don't know the pricing of that, but it's a really short flight. So yeah, those are the two favorites. Like literally, I went to some other places in Thailand, but right from my first trip in 2017, I did my research, and basically was Chiang Mai and Koh Phangan I wanted to visit. And so I did. And those continue to be my two favorite places in Thailand. And I would recommend them to everybody. Tal, do we want to talk about places to avoid?
Yes. So I think the number one place to avoid is Phuket. Not the
Okay,
whole island, but
let's go
especially
down there.
the place near Patong Beach. To be fair, I have never been to Patong Beach.
I was there last year
So-
for about 8 days.
So yeah,
It
is
was
it a place to avoid?
it is a place to avoid. I was still happy to be in Thailand, but it wasn't my
Mhm.
favorite place because of the sort of open culture of let's call them lady bars, or like shady sort of massage parlors, where people who are above, most of the people in this call in age far above, and go to have sort of pleasure of some sort that doesn't really appeal to me. And sitting in these places is really like watching a human zoo. It's
Yeah.
really not good. So so that's what this place is all about. And I didn't find any cool vibe places. I didn't find any interesting sort of like bar that resonated with me, played cool music, or any cool yoga studios or healthy restaurants there. It was all just this lowest common denominator of boom boom tourism, let's call it. Yeah. Another place you want to, yeah, Patong or
Pattaya.
Pattaya. That's what it's
Pattaya.
called. Patong and Pattaya.
Yes.
Don't go there.
Avoid.
Don't.
Pattaya's boom boom tourism as well.
It is the boom boom capital of the boom boom universe. It's
What
don't go there. You've been there, Tal. I haven't been there, but I hear horrible things. Tell me about it.
I've been there, and it is so there's a walking street. The walking street is right along the beach. During the day it's very nice because you can see the beach and all the stuff. Like, it is quite a nice place, at least the walking street. At night it's a different story though, because the whole city is built on sex tourism, and you see
Yeah.
a whole lot of transactional conversations going on in the streets. And what I feel is that people don't have a lot of respect there. I'm mostly referring to the tourists towards the workers in Pattaya, and you see it's just a very uncomfortable place to be around, and there's really nothing there except, that industry and the beach. And
Yeah.
it's massive. It's massive. So when you walk around, you see like thousands and thousands of usually chubby, older white men and very young Thai girls. So it's something that I would
Yeah.
avoid at all costs.
These sorts of places that are called things like Happiness Star Bar, probably not where you want to go. And just things that have this sort of like, yeah, and you can even see like who's standing out there and what she probably up to, looking for, etc., etc. So I don't know. I don't like it as myself, and I am a male who does like women, and I don't like that vibe. It's not for me. It's not my style. I'm more into people who are just not looking for the lowest common denominator of tourism and stuff like that. Yeah, and all these like guys with these little cards trying to get you to get on their tuk-tuks. Just watch out for the. There's places in Thailand that are hustly trying to suck money out of you, and there's places that aren't. I don't really feel that Chiang Mai is one of those places, or Koh Phangan is one of those places, and it's fine. But definitely a lot of parts in Bangkok are that sort of place. So where you want to stay in Bangkok, definitely avoid this sort of central Sukhumvit area,
Yeah.
which is where's Nana? That's the center of the Bangkok sort of sleazy vibes. Like when I first flew to Thailand, my parents stopped in Thailand on their way back from Indonesia, and they stayed in this area, so they had a very bad opinion of Thailand because of the stuff that we talked about already. So that's all around here. Where I stayed, I was in Bangkok this past weekend, and I actually decided to just, I was going to buy a guitar basically. So I stayed, this is the airport link. I stayed, got off here, stayed in a place around the corner, walked down to the shopping mall down here, bought a guitar, walked back, had a couple drinks somewhere, and then got back the next day and went back to the airport. That's how much I love Bangkok. But if you want the backpacker sort of capital, I don't know, Tal, what's your opinion on Khao San Road and that whole thing?
I really, really like Khao San Road. Khao San Road, I
Yes.
think, is the real Bangkok for me. The
It's
rest
the
of the
old
things that
city.
you showed, yes, the old city, the ancient part.
It's
There's a lot of
disconnected
cool
from the rest of the
temples,
city
a lot
in
of
terms of like,
backpackers.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's disconnected from
transportation
the
is
rest.
quite shit there.
Yeah, so like I think you have to take a boat and then walk a bit to get there, and a lot of, or some like convoluted bus sort of thing. Where is it exactly? It's so hard to find things. Khao San Road. Here we go. See, I was close. There it is. It's right there.
So
And that's the backpack. It's known as the center of the backpacking universe, basically. So
yeah,
when I
and
came to
the road,
Thailand, yeah, go ahead.
the road itself, I don't like, to be honest. Like Khao San Road, the immediate road has went through a lot of change recently. It's get very loud and chaotic at night. It's mostly nightclubs and like
But this
fast
one
food.
up from it, Rambutri
Yeah,
Alley
yeah.
is a lot nicer.
Rambutri.
It extends here where it gets really nice and quaint and really nice. I stayed at this place over here, Chillax Heritage Hotel, Khao San, which was a nice hotel, pretty good value for money for like a sort of upmarket place. There was a great steak place somewhere along here that had like imported steaks from Australia and was all run by one guy who really cared about his steak and giving you the best steak experience. So if you like meat, that's a good place. And I would just walk down every day and check out what's here. It's absolutely inundated with cannabis culture now that it has been legalized, which it's really nice to see that culture coming here. I think it's going to be really good for tourism this winter. But yeah, this part of Bangkok is full of interesting stuff. Full of a sort of authentic Bangkok vibe that's not all about the shopping malls. It's not all about the people who want to move to the capital to get rich vibe. And I think that's what most people want when they stop in Bangkok. But even 3 days in this nice neighborhood, I was battling jet lag, and yeah, looking back, I wish I didn't spend 3 days in Bangkok and that I had come straight down to Koh Phangan and got that first breath of this wonderful nature that's everywhere. Everywhere. You can see there's no part of the island that doesn't have trees except for this main town, Tongsala, where all the ferries come in. Everywhere else is kind of villagey, has lots of green, lots of nature. I mean, yesterday I went out for a walk at this time while the sun was setting, and it was just like beautiful. And I, had a bit of a stressful day or whatever, and I just went for a walk and just listening to the sounds of nature, breathing the clean air because the air is clean down here, a lot cleaner than a lot of places in Asia, and you just invigorate yourself. So, Tal, do you have any other
Yes.
tips on where you would want to go? Where you've been? I know you went around here to
Koh Chang, yeah.
Koh Chang,
So
yeah.
I like Koh Chang and Koh Kood a lot.
Yeah.
I liked it as a tourist. I
Mhm.
spent, I think, 2 weeks here. I wouldn't move here. It's hard to find a house with a kitchen. It's not really set up for long-term accommodation. However, there is an area called Lonely Beach, which is in the bottom left of the island or the southwest, and it's really cool vibe.
Mhm.
It's very small, very beautiful, very nature, as you could see. Not much
Okay,
development
we can-
there,
Yeah. Okay.
but
Well, there's
it's
stuff like this, I guess. Nice
yeah, along
little.
the road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
popping up.
nice.
So that's a place that I really
But
like.
is it more wild than Koh Phangan?
Much more wild, much more wild.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if you zoom out on the island, it's not nearly as developed as
Oh yeah.
Koh Phangan is.
So I mean, I'm in love with Phangan. Samui, I've only been on my way to and from here, only ever staying a maximum of one night on Koh Samui. I had a lovely time on Saturday night with a friend who rented a villa up here. I would say it's a little mishmash of different stuff. It's a little bit more of a city vibe, especially around here, but it doesn't really have this cool that Phangan has, or this
Yeah.
sort
Phangan
of
have a city area to it?
not really. It's
Okay.
just this.
Which
Yeah.
isn't too exciting. It doesn't really feel like a city. It just feels like a more
Yeah, so
chaotic.
you wouldn't want to stay here. You don't want to stay anywhere north of here.
So Koh Samui, if I'm saying that right, is a little bit more developed
Oh yeah.
version of Koh Phangan, if
Yeah.
I'm understanding
There's
that.
movie
Okay.
theaters, shopping malls, airport. It's more urban. There's more resorts. It's definitely more of
There's McDonald's, there's
Western.
Starbucks,
It
there's
sounds like heaven.
okay, so go and
Sounds
stay
like
here for a
heaven
few
for
days.
me.
Okay. Okay, well, I would say that based on what you're saying, a whirlwind tour for the first 2 weeks where you stay 5 days in each place is probably the best way to decide if you're wanting to stay for like 2 or 3 months or something. Which let's talk about visas. Like Christina, you got a visa because you're a Serbian citizen, and you're good. Is it for 2 months initially?
It's for 2 months and it can be
Extended
prolonged
for a month.
for another month. But there is
Perfect.
also a possibility of like doing a border run basically and just renewing it in another country.
Okay, cool, nice. And now for this high season, if you have like a passport that doesn't require a visa to enter the country, you get 45 days initially, and then you can extend that for a month at any immigration place, or you can, I guess, presumably go to another country and come back and get another 45 days also. So yeah, I mean, this is a country where they want you to come, they want you to spend money, but they don't want people bumming around and, overstaying. They're really targeting like us digital nomads now, people who want to come here and really have money coming in from the outside, which I think makes sense. There would be a lot more people who would be a lot more stuck here trying to make money off the local economy if their passports allow them to stay longer. Don't you think, Tal?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
overall, I agree with it. You can get a 1-year visa if you do things like enroll in a Thai class or self-defense. And there's lots of agencies here that will help you do that and sort of stay and learn the language. But I think most of us are interested in coming for winter and then seeing what's up. So yeah, that's Thailand. Any questions?
Is it best to fly into Phuket? Does it matter where you fly into?
I would say that if you want to, yeah, depends what you want.
I would fly into wherever is cheapest.
Yep.
Because both of them are quite an interesting experience, flying into Phuket or flying into Bangkok.
Yep.
And flights are so cheap and they're so frequent within the country that wherever you want to be, you can easily
But
get
for
there.
catching onward flights, Bangkok is better. I think it's like, I don't know, probably more than 10 flights a day from Bangkok to Samui if you want to get to Phangan or stay on Samui. And it's like 2 flights a day from Phuket last time I checked. And limited flights to Chiang Mai from Phuket and all that sort of stuff. It's all just restarting now, basically. The country's fully open. You don't need any COVID requirements to enter in. You can basically even come in if you have COVID right now, apparently. The government said that. I heard that on some news show, The Tiger. So it's wide open. Tourism is just starting here. And I think a lot of people
how busy is
have
it now on the island?
busier than it was when you were here last March or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's busier than that now, and it's rainy season. So it's just going to explode because I think a lot of the people who came to Thailand before COVID really miss it because it's one of those places that really gives you this amazing experience with as little hassle as you can expect on the other side of the world. And lots of people are bound to be like really itching to get back here and they're booking their tickets right now. So yeah, definitely just get over here as soon as you can. When are you thinking of coming, Wanda?
In the middle of December,
Nice.
probably between the 13th and the 17th.
Cool. Nice. I might actually be coming back right around that time because I'm going for my grandmother's 96th birthday in Canada, halfway around the world.
So you're
Happy
leaving
birthday.
Thailand?
I'm going for like a week in Canada.
Okay.
It's going to be the worst jet lag ever. It's going to be so confusing. I might just stay
Yikes.
with the Asian times and just wake up at like 6 p.m. every day and stay up until 6 a.m. or 10 a.m. and then sleep for 8 hours and do it again. Or I don't know. It's going to be a complete, but I have to see my family because I haven't visited Canada since before COVID. So yeah. And
Well, happy
yeah.
birthday to Grandma.
yeah, she's it's
Yes.
December 6th, so she's 96 and yeah.
Wow.
Wow. But I'm not looking forward to it. You know, like I remember in 2019, I took a trip to Los Angeles and it was like 2 weeks there and I came back here and I just felt so good. As soon as you get there's something about getting the whiff of the Thai air that you even get like when you get off the airport, like in the ramp in between the airplane and the airport terminal, you get this whiff of air and it's just like it smells different than Europe or North America instantly. And you feel this humidity and all this sort of stuff. And then you know you're in Thailand. And it's just like people who are returning to the country, just like, I can relax now. Everything's going to be easy. Everybody's going to be nice. And everything is going to be all right. No more winter, no more cold. And just good vibes. I'm not saying that Thailand is the perfect place to live as a long-term expat or whatever like that. Certainly there's lots of stories of people getting too wrapped up in weird stuff here and whatever. But as a tourist, especially as a digital nomad, and you're looking for just a place where there's sun and sand, nice people, good food, and a good vibe, I think this is the best country in the world.
Yeah.
Just one more question for digital nomads, remote workers who
Mhm.
have clients or work for a company where they have to have meetings in US time zones. Do you have advice for that?
Yeah, I would say that you need to get some flexibility. Basically, like I stayed up until 10 yesterday to talk to people in the Americas. That's my last call finished at 10. And if I need to, and that takes you to 10 a.m. Eastern time now. in American time zones, and
So you
I've
don't take
woken up.
calls past 10,
I don't take
basically?
calls past 10 p.m. No.
Okay.
So yeah. So it's kind of like figure out if you can do that. That's the main disadvantage for Asia. Remote working is the time zone if you're dependent on talking to America in a synchronous manner, on calls or back and forth emails and stuff like that. You could have. I had trouble sleeping last night. It was the first night I had to do 10 o'clock, and I drank way too much coffee, and I got too pumped up. So it was hard to fall asleep before like, I don't know, 1 a.m. last night. So I'm a little bit more tired. Slept in until 8, but that's still only 7 hours sleep. I prefer 8, hours of sleep. And yeah, but you can catch US Pacific the end of the day in the morning at like 7 a.m. It should be like 4 p.m. their time or whatever now. And you can also like basically just catch the start of US Eastern if you can arrange your stuff like that. Otherwise, some people are night owls, and they just get blackout curtains, stay up until 4 in the morning talking to America, and then sleep until noon the next day. Some people can do that. I'm a morning person. I can't. It doesn't really work for me. It's not a life I would want to live over here. So, I've managed the expectations with the people that I work with, that I'm going to be doing work off of hours, and yeah, it works more. The people in Europe, I have like half a day to talk to them. It's like 6 p.m. now, and talking to you guys, and that's fine. So, yeah.
Cool.
What about the weather and like what to wear? What's the coldest it can get? And should we like bring something?
In Chiang Mai, you can maybe get a sort of nippy evening in December or something where it's below 20 degrees. But otherwise, like coming to Thailand is like take off your shoes and trousers. Just get rid of it, throw it in the closet. I would even like probably like if I was traveling with and I want to seriously backpack around the country, I would buy the cheapest possible shoes I could for like 10 euros in some discount store and wear that on the way to the airport and maybe on the plane, and then just throw them away and change to flip-flops as soon as I land in Thailand. And I just bring one hoodie and that's enough for Thailand all the time. And I wear shorts. I have not worn pants or trousers, as they say, since I got here a month ago. It just doesn't happen. It's not necessary. Don't worry about the weather. The problem you're going to have is not being too cold. It's going to be being too hot. So bring all of your beach wear, all of your summer clothing. Like it's equivalent to the hottest Balkan summer, basically, with a little bit more humidity. Maybe not the hottest one, but it gets up to 38. But yeah, I think
Yep.
overall. So yeah, anybody else? Any questions? All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank
And
you.
Thank you.
if you guys want to ask questions about Thailand, you can join our Facebook group, Rising Nomad. We'll put the link in the description, right, Tal?
Yep,
And we'll release this video with that stuff. You can join us. We're going to be on that community, and we're able to answer your questions about Thailand if you have specific stuff. We could also recommend if you have specific needs, like there's a different just like communities of expats and different stuff we can recommend that we're members of for specifics about Koh Phangan and Chiang Mai, or visa advice for Thailand and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, we're here to help you. And January, February, March is when I'm going to be doing my music stuff here, and probably also maybe an entrepreneurs meeting again here in Koh Phangan, because it's all about community. And for me, it's about building a long-term network of people in places like this that I just show up again and I start running into people I know. And the whole slow mad thing is where I'm at for this thing, and setting down roots here. So hope to see not only the people on this call, but the viewers out there. Hope to see you here this winter. Join, keep in touch, comment below on the YouTube channel, slap the like and subscribe. And thank you for tuning into this, and we'll catch you all later. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.